With all our hearts, we pray and ask. God bless Amanda. God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only.
Alright, so I just want to appreciate something. If I want, I like you will do. Because if I don't know what, I'm a good way. When trouble come your way, everybody run away. When money come your way, everybody busy body. When you still standing, let's have the national anthem.
At Anambra Broadcasting Service, through the commentaries read on ABS 88.5 FM Oka and 90.7 FM Onitsha, written by professionals and public affairs analysts, we set the agenda and seek to shape public opinion for millions of our listeners. Through these commentaries over the years, we continue to document for posterity activities of the government, advising, counseling, suggesting, recommending, and applauding where required. It is from the bank of commentaries read on ABS over the past 7 years, covering the period of His Excellency Chief Willie Obiano as Governor of Anambra State, that we have put together the volume that we are about to unveil today to celebrate the milestones and major achievements of the Willie Obiano administration in Anambra State. There is a fallacy, I'm sure some of us would have had that fallacy. There is a fallacy that has been repeated over the years, that if you want to hide something from the black man, you put it in a book. They will not subscribe to this obvious lie, which has been variously repeated by Africans themselves. For this reason, we have published this volume, hoping that years from today, those coming after us will be able to lay their hands on the book in trying to access the stewardship of Governor Willie Obiano and members of his government. Our desire through the support of those who have gathered here today, is to place copies of this book in many homes and offices in Anambra State and beyond, and also in libraries all over Nigeria and beyond. We intend to partner with the Anambra State Library Board. I'm happy that the director, Dr. Mrs. Nkechude, please stand up for recognition. She's here with us. We're working with her on that project to ensure that the book will be available in every library in Nigeria. Thank you. Copies of the book will also be available for purchase on Amazon.com and other online sites, while e-copies will be circulated virally for downloads via WhatsApp and other platforms. We believe that if we achieve this, we will not only be bringing the legacies of Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State to the attention of people outside our immediate environment, we will also be exporting brand Anambra, our culture, political and socio-economic strides to the rest of the world. I will not conclude my address without applauding the man who has continued to expand the frontiers of excellence and good governance on his 7th anniversary celebration as Governor of Anambra State. Akoko Odike Global, Udogbo Malala, Ekwuemendi Anambra, Governor Nakundo Olugo, Ugoma, Governor Tilokuno Uzo, Nine de Anambra, Governor Wetelum Mepe, Nimo Obodo Anambra, Governor Nemema, Governor of the Airport, Your Excellency, congratulations. I also want to acknowledge His Excellency for all the support he has given to Anambra Broadcasting Service over the years. I'm happy that on the money, we're anyone able, not all mine are going to ABS, not governor, not by the INEC. So we want to thank His Excellency for the leadership he has continued to provide for the Anambra over the years. And also, Osodieme, Mama Anambra, Her Excellency, Chief Dr. Mrs. Ebele Chukwu Obiano. All of us know the good work she's been doing through CAFE and all the other projects she's been engaging. So I want to finally thank the many who have found time today to attend this book presentation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you.
The major achievements of the administration of Chief Willie Obiano have been frozen, have been captured in a book form. Therefore, the achievements have been recorded in a permanent form, no longer history in a hall. The government's achievements have attracted not just national, but international attention. Following my statement 2 days ago, that this airport, the most modern in the whole of Africa, was built within 15 months, which is a world record. The governor did not borrow one kobo from any bank anywhere in the world. Anambra State is not an oil-producing state. Yes, we are not owing any of the contractors, both local and international. Yesterday, I got a call from 2 top British professors of management to discuss with them the secret of the governor's success, because they couldn't believe it's possible in Africa that an international airport can be built in 15 months. That's never happened anywhere in Africa. Ours is the 5th state government-built airports. The other 4 are domestic airports, local airports. Only that of Anambra State is international. I was discussing with the British colonies, and they hit upon a very important theory in international management. It's called the theory of management by walking around. That is, the chief executive goes to the site of a major project to see this for himself. It does not rely on reports from subordinates. Every week, our governor goes to the airport for the past 15 months. That shows commitment, passion, and his presence on each occasion makes a fundamental difference. I am happy to announce to you that as we are talking, the BBC came all the way from London to film the Anambra International Airport. The DO, the Air Force of America, will be coming anytime from now. A leading academic publishing company in London called me about 4 or 5 months ago to undertake to publish a book on our governor. As I'm talking to you, the governor is not even aware of it. 5 leading Nigerian journalists and writers came here on November 23rd last year to see the airport. They were so impressed that they decided that I'm going to do a book on our governor, the first and only state governor in Nigerian history they will do the book on. Our governor has changed history. When there is only 1 year for any government to go throughout the world, the government becomes a sitting dog. But rather than stopping, rather than resting on the laurels, our government is doing more and more. Of course, we are aware he is not just stopping at the airports. No, he is not stopping there. Anytime from now, you will hear more about the International Conference Center here in Africa. And this is the largest conference center anywhere in Africa. 10,000 seating capacity. Once again, our government did not borrow 1 kobo from any bank anywhere in the world. And the government is not owning 1 single contract. Not only that, in the next few months, you'll be hearing more about the Awka City Stadium. That will be the most modern stadium in the country. As usual, our government is not borrowing 1 kobo from anybody, and our government is not owning 1 single contract. How does it do it? Our unemployment figure is 13.1%. That is the lowest we look at. The national average is 27.2%. In other words, even if you double that of Anambra State, it will still be lower than the national average. Here is a state with no sea airports, a state with no airports, a state that don't get special allocations for the national accounts.
Thank you.
How does it do it? So please, there is so much to talk about. A lot of books are being published by our government, and these are by international scholars. What we are seeing here is the first in a 7-course meal. And the government, the people, are found. Thank
you. This interesting book has 244 pages and 54 chapters of serious and all imperative compendium, published by the Anambra Broadcasting Service (ABS) and printed by Sefo Press Enugu. Was edited by 2 prominent mass media experts and veteran journalists, Dr. Uche Mora and Dr. Emeka Arinze. One is the bonfire and game-changing managing director and chief executive of Anambra Broadcasting Service (ABS), while the other is an economic and management analyst who has really touched the life of the society through critical media administrative acumen and social turnaround commentaries. It is a critical sectoral compilation of the various and the inexhaustible media commentaries written by some social media commentators and analysts who were committed to documenting for posterity what they unanimously called the overwhelming giant rise of His Excellency, Chief Dr. Willie Madabrochukwu Obiano, the Executive Governor of Anambra State in the past 7 years. One must commend the editors for the book cover and the choice of colors and cover picture. The picture of the governor is not only natural, but a great expression of His Excellency as a man who is not only in love at home with the tradition, who is not only in love and at home with the tradition of his people, but also at peace with nature and his gifts. While the logo of the ABS, strategically located at the corner of the cover, is systematically alluring. With those colors and picture, Governor Obiano can easily win any beauty contest without contest. The book, which started with an interesting preface by Dr. Uche Maura, introduces the magic and the many magnetic paraphernalia of the book with straight to the point approach, quoted in simple English language. The preface is not only apt, but incontestably one of the book's greatest attractions. Another beautiful thing about the book is that its content commences with the inaugural speech of no other person but the great Ijele Masquerade himself, His Excellency Governor Willie Obiano, on March 17, 2014, in which he succinctly outlines his government's organizing principles and priority areas, putting Max de Prix as his philosophical inspiration. He outlines electricity supply, secured environment for life and property, redesigning of our capital city, etc., all based and rooted in his 4 cardinal pillars of aggressive mechanized agriculture, oil and gas, trade and commerce and industrialization, all centered on family, which he described as a social hurricane anchored in the timeless dictums such as Onyaga na Manneya, Igwebike, Izukama na Mneji, etc., as his indestructible priorities. Thus, it was on the pedestal of this critical excitement that Emeka Rinze, Uche Mora, James Sese, and Iken Naniaboso collectively exclaimed that for the past 7 years, Chief Dr. Sir Willie Obiano, Ninth Commander of the Pontifical Order of St. Christopher the Great, St. Gregory the Great, has demonstrated that he is a proactive, visionary, and foresighted leader who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way by the provision of what they call watertight security, the elevation of the states to top 5 World Bank most improved states in ease of doing business, attraction of foreign investments, the building of the Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport, the International Conference Center, increasing and broad payment of worker salaries, massive construction of bridges and roads, which have made Anambra the #1 in road network in the country, etc. Nnamdi Nwadiogu went a step further in chapter 51 to provide the necessary statistics. Hence, a total of 12 bridges, including ultra-modern jet-edge flyovers in Awka and Amobia, and 800 kilometers of roads have been constructed and delivered by the Obiano administration. Striving on the potency of mastery of expressive language, Sidon Adunoba, in chapter 5, socially eulogized the courage of the political field marshal, Chief Willie Obiano, to embark on one of the 2 biggest airports in Nigeria, as well as the most modern in Nigeria, built without a loan from any financial institution anywhere in the world. with strong evidential input and instrumentalism of what he called historical accuracy, he debunked the widespread insinuations on the ownership of the airport, stressing it is 100% owned by Anambra. James says in chapter 4, argues that when the imposing 10,000 capacity international conference center in Awka is added, the two will become the audacious legacy projects that have given Anambra a sturdy foot in the future. On Governor Obiano's security achievements, the authors, James Eze, Sidon Adinoba, Obi Ochije, and Duro Onabule, unequivocally agree that this is where Governor Obiano has done exceptionally well, providing, as the case may be, a concise but technically detailed rehearsal of a very glorious outing. They all agree that aside divine arrangements, Governor Obiano remains the only leader too experienced and disposed to manage extremism and madness in man. This, according to James Eze, he was able to achieve this through the security summit, launch of Operation Gochapu 1 and 2, area surveillance with helicopters, etc. With massive support to security agencies in the state, with 60 security guarded vehicles in 2018 and 111 vehicles in 2019. Hence, in the mind of every policeman in Nigeria, Anambra State is the correct state. A concrete position which migrated the state security architecture from the usual brick and mortar backbone to a much more sophisticated and digital superstructure that has made Anambra the safest state in Nigeria. Obi Ochije's chapter 16 agrees in total with the above, adding that to fight crime, Governor Obiano inaugurated for the first time in Africa a super smart closed-circuit camera, CCTV, with ultra-modern high-tech surveillance equipments. The discourse continues and becomes more interesting with the input of a non-Igbo veteran journalist, Duro Onobule, who in chapter 41 extolled the bold steps of Governor Obiano's CCTV equipment, which according to him has helped in reducing President Buhari's burden on the crime situation. Sorry, I'm trying to cut. As a matter of fact, each of the 54 chapters of the book is as interesting as it is revealing. Thus, cannot be critically reviewed in one straight slot without a dose of divine miracle. Imperatively, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, sir, permit me to only do a few, which I have just done. Governor Obiano, living above the margin of poverty, is also a great thrill. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, obviously, the arrangement and packaging of the book are superb and most attractive, while the contents are not only topical, germane and inspirational. A critical assessment of this book shows that it is a powerful and uncommon effort at putting into genuine academic perspective the achievements of a government led by Chief Dr. Willie Obiano. The editors, Dr. Uchemora and Dr. Emeka Rize, did excellent work to the extent that it is difficult to pinpoint any typographical errors or grammatic somersaults, which is very common with many edited compendiums. This is a paradigm shift, Your Excellency. However, may I observe that the book would have been an easier read if it was arranged thematically than sectorally. Secondly, based on the book title, Chapter 20, though very interesting, seems to be off the path. However, that may be exonerated by the statement of the governor himself, when he said, and I quote, "My mother is the bone of my spine, keeping me straight and true. She is my blood, making sure it runs rich and strong. She is the beating of my heart." Unquote. be noted also that Sidon Adenuba's brilliant submission on Anambra excelling in education under Governor Obiano, that is chapter 8, is a very good work. But a critical academic thrust through it shows that he only identified the achievements of the schools and students without really pinpointing what exactly the governor did to encourage those achievements. That will have given the piece a better intellectual landing. In addition, one observes that there seems to be contradictory data presentations in the articles of Sir Norbert Obi and Nnamdi Nwadiogwu, chapters 12 and 15, one respectively, on the number of projects executed by the governor. One said that it is about 12 bridges and 800 kilometers of roads, while the other one said there are about 18 bridges and 900 kilometers of roads. This type of contradiction from the habits of all the articles in this wonderful book, the man, Chief Dr. William Madiabrochukwu Obiano, must be a super politician, a great achiever, a leader with such a total inspiration. With some months to go, I believe that His Excellency can still do more in road construction and maintenance, especially in our own dear capital city. In addition, I still believe that His Excellency can also do more with regards to the raging killings in Awka City and the environment. And I know that it is the handwork of those that want to ridicule all you have done in the past 7 years. So I think that by you are taking it up, that it will be a history soonest, Your Excellency. This book will go a long way to helping the state keep excellent records of what Governor Obiano has done, with a view to helping subsequent governments in the state to know where to start. So the academia, it is very expository and a good database for research on good governance, and the students of all disciplines, an encouragement to be the best in future political engagements, and to the politicians, a call to deliver good governance in spite of all odds, bearing in mind that posterity is taking records. There is no doubt that the book is an extraordinary read, from cover to cover, informed and informative, thoughtful and thought-provoking, inspired and inspiring, and the political catechism for all politicians and agrarians. And I highly recommend this beautiful book to everyone. Thank you.
The 9 people that attacked Soludo Function Group, they're all in our net now. If you observe, special squads are already working everywhere. The army, the navy, the police, and the civil defense. There are special squads, of course, SSS. Their special squads are all over the place. And we are smoking these guys out. They are already away, but we are ready to pick them up, all of them, and deal with them. I really will appreciate yourselves to give these guys a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Please sit down. Well, I always like to, as a senior banker and a fellow of this Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, I always like to put my things in perspective. So I want you to understand how I think, how I reason, and that's why most of the successes recommend Ken. When you want to start something, you must have a vision. If you don't have a vision, you won't even know when you ask what you're trying to do. And when I came up, I said that my vision for Anambra is for Anambra to be first choice investment destination and a hub for economic and commercial activities. First choice investment destination and a hub for economic and commercial activity. Our mission, why we go to work every time, is to create a socially stable, business-friendly environment where indigenous and non-indigenous alike will have opportunity for wealth creation. It is this vision and mission that we put together to get our blueprint, and from our blueprint, we were able to break out the pillars and the enablers. We started with 4 pillars: agriculture, oil and gas, commercialization, and industrialization. That's the industrialization. You know, and for these 4 pillars to stand, they will need enablers. An enabler is an enabler because it is not an end in itself. Take for example, security is a very important enabler. Without security, you cannot do anything. So security is not an end in itself. It's a means to an end. That's why it's an enabler. Paraphrased in that format, so it gets clearer in your mind. Education is an enabler. If you didn't go to school, most of you will be here now. So it's an enabler. It's not an end in itself. Infrastructure is an enabler. The 17 bridges that this administration did, including the longest in the southeast, the one that passed through Ezu to the oil-bearing area of Aguilera. It is the longest bridge in the southeast. You know, we need 47 roads. 77 roads in the central, 73 in the north, and 65 in the south. One thing you have to know about this administration is that this administration passed through 2 recessions. We passed through 2 recessions. The 2016 through 2000 and part of 18 recession, and of course the COVID recession, which is still ongoing. And despite this pressure, you know, we were still paying workers as and when due. We promote them as and when due. We gave them palliatives. Before COVID palliative came, they've always been getting a bag of rice for every festival. Among other things that we're doing. It was during this period too that we were able to send most of our teachers to Singapore, to Dubai for teacher lesson activities. Why was Anambra the only state that didn't go into recession? A recession defined in economics means 2 successive negative growth in GDP, 2 successive back-to-back negative growth in GDP. That's a flat way to define a recession. You know, but we were never below line in recession 1. Our GDP per capita at the peak of it was $5.8 dollars per capita. But we came down to 1% during recession, purely because of the activities we are doing. You see, when you are investing in infrastructure, we are creating a lot of jobs for the youth. We are creating a lot of jobs for the youth. I'll give you an example. During our first Choose Your Project, 20 million per community, that's a master stroke. That project was a master stroke. I did a thesis for Harvard on how we were able to achieve it. In Choose Your Project, 20 million per community, every community in Anambra, they are here. They choose a project of their choice that is going to be within 20 million for the first tranche. The contractor must come from that community. Must. The people gave Guardia, they gave anything, they must come from that community. So in economics, that's what they call velocity of money. You know, so a small 20 million OJ several times or 100 million. That's velocity of money. You know, so that community benefited from the velocity of money. You know, and they were able to get things going without feeling the pinch of a recession. So we did the second one. The second Choose Your Project, 20 million per community, just as we did the first one. Again, that money turned around fast, and the community benefited immensely. So, all the 181 communities in Anambra, even if they have not gotten anything, they have two projects they can point at and say, this project, that project was done by this government. And before I leave, we will do three, the third one. You know, I must first and foremost commend the author and the people that contributed materials to this book. I'm very proud of them. One of the things that is missing in that book is the fact that they didn't mention that I was able to select very good staff who worked with me. If you don't have a good choice of staff, if you don't put them together, all these successes you're mentioning here will be there. You know, so I would like to give this credit to my team. I have a very good team and I'm very proud of them. I also would like to commend Nigwe. You are the royal fathers, you are the custodian of culture and what have you in your various areas. You are advised all the time, and prayer did help us majorly. You know, the book touched on all the pillars and the 14 enablers, touched on them very well. You know, and the conqueror told you, this airport, Anambra International Cargo Passenger Airport, is the best in Africa. I'll tell you why it's the best. The runway is 3.7 kilometers. Second to Lagos, that is 3.9 kilometers. But this runway, if you add the recess, because this airport is the only airport in sub-Saharan Africa that you have a satellite landing system there. Only airport. There is no one in Nigeria that has it. No. This airport has it. Satellite landing system. You know, what it means is that, let's assume there's no light or anything, the plane can still land. We have two recesses, the one at 0 end and the other recess at the 3.7 end. You know, Lagos has only one recess. So if you add my recess, the length of this airport is now 5.7, the longest in Africa. The tower is 11-story building, all concrete. And one thing unique about the tower is if there's fire in the building and you enter the lift and close the door, you are protected. Initially we wanted to do one taxiway. The taxiway is after a plane lands, where they all got back. Let's say the body that certifies about airport said no. If you are going to get the category of our category is 4F. That means any plane known to man can land in Anambra. And if you have to have that category, we must have the second runway. So we quickly also need the second runway and we all complete. So the second taxi we are there. Second taxi. The apron, which some people call tarmac, where the plane lands eventually before people disembark, is 2 football fields by 1 football field. Sorry, 3 football fields by 2 football fields. That's the size of that apron. It can take Airbus 11. Airbus is a very big thing. Now, the icing on the cake, the terminal building is the best terminal building in Nigeria. 36 shops, it was a little global. Opera can be there. You know, and it's a high class. They want to act one. So we're going to get quality Anambra to own other eatery or shops in that terminal building. You know, and that terminal building will have, because we are paid for everything, we'll have 3 escalators, 3 lifts, 2 aviary bridges. Aviary bridge, Botonela, is the plane. And each aviary bridge were 2 prongs, so we can service 2 planes at the same time. 2 prongs, service. So the other one, 2 prongs. And our own Alenoema of Elvis, we did it. For the 30th, plane an apple. Oh, yeah, I'm okay, man. And you have a Not going to put Obi Jackson, not so going to put and I know that many more of our people will come. I'm very proud of this effort. I am extremely proud of it. To take a decision 2 years to my leading office to start that effort in a very unrelated place, 5 hills, it was called the 5. Then really, in between all the creeks, you know, artisan well that flows all in around, you know, crossing the, you know. And 7 contractors, why we finish this effort in a good time was that we have 7 best contractors in the world working in that place. 7 best. Crable of South Africa. Now no the runway, lower the tower, lower the apron. Now look for internal roads within the airport. IDC, Lebanese, Nigerian contractor, you know, overload the taxiways. Excellent work. Niger offered about the water, as known as Chris Cassidy, about the water straight to Iriba. So this is one airport. You will not see, immediately after it finishes raining, you will see water on top of it. Which is usually a problem in most of the airports in Nigeria do have. You know, the Japanese, by the way, we are compelled to buy 3 special fire trucks, Bloomberg of Germany. This fire truck really use those. Okay, 3 months from Miloga. I know they talk I do there. Plenty of money. It's over $1.7 million. You know, just for the fire truck safety. And anyway, the hospital there the structure is finished. You just equip it with little plastic. You know, again, it's a trauma center because airports, they always tell you about safety. So they take precautions to just in case anything happens, that you are ready. And we are more than ready. Tita, the local contractor, is doing the water arrangements for the whole airport, and it's gone very far. You know, and the sewage systems and water. You know, Calibre is building a 7-kilometer road. Originally it was 6.5, but we stretched it so that I can get into the parking lot, which is now being asphalted as we speak, the parking lot of the airport. So I want you, on Anambra, anywhere to walk tall. But let me reassure you, eyes on the ball. My eyes are still on the ball. By the grace of God, I will finish very strongly. I will finish very strongly and hand over with your support somebody that will do better than myself. And then I'll go and rest and hope that history will be kind to me. Thank you very much.
But I am telling the authors today, that this book came a little too soon. There will be a sequel because there is 1 year to go. And with the speed of work that is going on, maybe the 7 years will just be a foundation for this 1 year to go. I call on His Excellency. And I call on everybody here to see the work of a very brilliant man, a gift to Anambra State. All these have been said, all have not been told. This man given to us by God.
Off the light.
This man given to us by God, God will bless him for what he has done for us. We don't want people. This is not a book launch. Everybody here, even with a book at the cover price, would do well to offset the amount used to produce this work. That is what the publishers are always looking for. So don't tell us you're giving us 1 million naira and then at the end of the day, you run away. Please, everybody should pick a copy of this book. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I unveil this book.
Please, a round of applause.
Excellency.
Again, I want to thank the author, and I would like all the secondary schools to have a copy each. So I'll give you this one 10 million naira.